Hello, konnichiwa, and in any of the two languages. Welcome to ZeroShip26. So anyways, today is another one of those special days again, but this time I'm going to be making a video on some Japanese that I loved doing when I was very young pretty much. And as anybody who's Japanese and who understands most of the language pretty much, I want to use my channel as kind of a, how to say it pretty much, a channel where I could study Japanese for students and any other kind. And I am trying to work at an English school pretty much. I'm trying to think of trying to do this pretty much. See, if you don't know, growing up when I was very young, and I'm thinking about really the best ideas for it, I used to do a lot of Japanese when I was very young at my second primary school. My first primary school, if you don't know, I was very rude there pretty much. But then in my second one, I taught her a bit of discipline, being younger, which was wonderful pretty much, for myself really, and it's something to respect her for. Hey, for the part that I was young, it is amazing. The part that I was like willing to do all these respectful things that this country's culture had was wonderful pretty much. And all of that eventually got me to be with a lot of students as a kid pretty much. But the unfortunate bit is it all had to sadly close down due to the part that I believe, and my teacher told me about this, that they tried to report my family about it happening, but eventually it never happened pretty much. And that was the report for going to Japan, which never pretty much happened this year. And yes, it's a shame pretty much, like, the part that I never traveled there. The thing is, it would have been a wonderful idea to have been there because, first of all, I dealt with trouble in my other school, dealt with a lot of stress from it, dealt a lot of harassment, and not going really lie about it, but I dealt with so much harm for it, all because I knew one other culture growing up that was more safe. And unfortunately, this important culture was never there in other schools, which was my high school. And because of this is where the mistake came by with my other school pretty much, and the part that I was never really made to have been there is really shocking to me. And the part to think about is the part I was meant to be in a more safer environment usually with nicer students, but unfortunately that all had to close down pretty much. So anyways, let me talk about, so pretty much that was my story of Japanese when I was young. But then of course, ever since then, when I was 18 and when I went to college, I'm now 18 now, but I'm still 18 pretty much currently. And this was like last year, which was 2024, when I came to college usually, I was thinking about revisiting the language pretty much. And then after that, then I tried to see if I could try to revisit it seriously. And then when I heard that I actually had done Japanese, I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember this. And I did. So let me tell you how I found out about it pretty much. So in the summer fair that was in my primary school, which was in 2024, around June I believe, during that time was when I went to the summer fair. And do you know that Tomica car I showed in my video? This was a car that I've had as a kid with the box in my primary school for after all these years. And really, can you believe I still have it pretty much? The part this is sealed, please. And I can still read some Japanese off of the box to this day pretty much. I mean, maybe some of it, but not all of it pretty much. But most of what I did, I can still remember off of it, and that being the name of the brand pretty much, and that was brand which is Takatomi, which is the English name pretty much, but it's also a Japanese name, Takara Tomi, so it does sound very Japanese pretty much. But the other thing that's Japanese, which is completely in Japanese, and I still remember it, Tomica. Tomica. Let me actually show you how to type this word, and this is a classic word. Then you go here, and then you have it in katakana, and voila, Tomika. Tomika. Except you have a CA in the end, which is how they would do it in English. Like, yeah, Tomika, like toy cars. So yeah, this was Japanese. I did very well. So the alphabet, and I want to show you how to spell it. A, then you have E, then you have U, then E, O, Ka, Ki, Ku, O, and the Duckton version of it, Ga, which, how to do is I want to show you this. Let me show you how this works pretty much. Deducting. So you press this, and voila. So let me show you, say, ka. And then we press this, then it's ga. See that? So then let's do it again. This is what it looks like. Then we do another one, and that's Sa, Shi, Su, So. So if I want to do in a duckton, I can also do that, of course. So let me do this again. Let me do this again. Za, Ji, Zu, Ze, Zo. That's how you do this. And the other one, which is Ta, Chi, Su, Ze, Zo. And of course you can do a duckton of it. So, Da, Ji, Zu, Zu, There, Go. And then the other one, which is Da. This is a classic. Ni, Son is another name. Ni. So, all the way, I and the Nani no, those 1 and 5 are both, you can't use deduction. But this one, this is interesting. Ha, Hu, Hu, He, but this is another one I used to do, and I can show you it. Yeah, that's how you do it. So that's how you do it. But let me tell you one thing special about section 6. You can do this, and it allows you to do it. And that's Pa, Bi, Bu, Bo. So yeah, let me show you this code here. Ma, Mi, Mi, Me, Mo, can't do a ducton, unfortunately. And there's yeah. Yo. Yeah, yo. Yo. So this is, let me try this. Yeah. You. Yo. So yeah, let me show you this one here. And that's Ra, Re, Ru, Ra, Ra. And the last one, which I can show you here, and that's Wa, or, which is already at the top, pretty much if you know, which looks like this, that'd be O, but we have O, which is this, then you have and that's pretty much it, literally. That's pretty much the words. So yeah, that's kind of it. So those are the alphabets of hiragana on my phone that I can show you pretty much. Interesting, isn't it? So anyways, let me erase all of this, and I can show you some words with you. A, E, love. And I remember this one, and I remember the classic and then I used to do the other one, that is Ha, E, and I can do the other one, which is a sentence. I'm crazy here. And I remember doing this as a kid when I was younger. And this is in kanji, and if you don't know how kanji works, it's a third word system that's in Japanese. I wish I'm not showing you this, but I want to show you how you do kanji on your phone, how this would work. So actually, how do I do this again? How do I do this word properly? I really want to do this one. There it is. Found it. Densha. There. By Denshin. Not Denshin. I meant then. This one. So this is the one I'm trying to find. This is the one, and it looks like this. And this is how the kanji would work. So then you type on, I don't know, the, and I remember this as a kid. Yeah, which would be yeah, sha, sha. So then she, ya, sha. Then you have this word. And this was a classic growing up. And you click on it, but you can also press this button here pretty much on your phone. So let me do this there. You press this pretty much, then you can select the word. And I used to do this growing up in my school. There, not like this, but like this. This. Aha, now I'm doing it correctly. Oh gosh, not this way. Oh, I'm not doing it correctly. There. Sha. And it will look like, yeah. So let me select this by doing all of this. So this you select and press OK. Voila! You have this train. You wanna do Densha de Iku, which would be, yeah, Densha de Gobe. You know what I mean? That's how they do it. And Densha de go by train, but the Iku, that would be go, which is how the Japanese would do this, and I was in Densha de go, and I remember typing this in the computer as a kid, and it was a very popular game in my school, and I would type it back then. I would always come to the computer in my school, and I used to do this. I would enter my school, because I loved trains when I was young, I would always type on Densha de go, and I thought, yeah, this was a word to just respect on, since I've loved trains when I was younger. So because of it, when I was young in primary school, I thought, let me type this on the computer, Japanese writing, impress my teachers always on how good my Japanese is back in the day, and I would always, like, you know what I mean? So this is what it would look like, pretty much. But, unfortunately, in Japanese, this is not how you do go. So it would be pretty much in the actual way of doing it. So yeah, this is the translation that it would be if the word go was in a different language. Yes, this is actually how they would do it. But, for them, it's not like that. So for them, they want to put English writing on here to impress themselves. So of course, as usual, they will do this. Then you have this on the side. I still remember doing this in my school. Still, after all these years, I still remember typing this in my school. I would always go, Densha de go, Densha de go. And I would always think of that word at my school, pretty much, back in the day. So ever since I've learned trains when I was younger, this was this word that I would always think of in my head after all these years. This was this game that I used to play so much in the school, and honestly, it was really popular growing up pretty much. So no, the train hobbies were the reason I first of all got into this country when I was younger. Like, first of all, gonna think that it is, first of all, I had a young autism of trains, and when I was younger, I was rude in my other school, literally my previous one, where I wasn't really that careful and kind at the other school, but in my primary school. So let me show you some other Japanese I've done when I was young also, like the other one. Let me go back on my, yes, and that, if you see here, English, but then you see this, what is this writing? I will show you, and I will show you this, of course, and this is a, literally, there's two ways of doing it pretty much. This version, which I know the, you know, which is the full word of it, but I want to show you the original one, which is a classic. Ni, ho, and of course, I need to find this. Oh. This is how they do it, yes. So to do this, you type ni, ho, ha, i, u, e, ho, and then you have n, not n, and then you have this, and this is the writing of it. So let me show you how to do that one instead. But let me show you pretty much. Let me show you ni, ho, looks like this. So that's how you do the writing. This will be in kanji, by the way. This is in kanji. So that's how you do kanji, by the way. You go on the yes, and then that's how you do the kanji pretty much on your phone. It displays on the top, click on it, and that's it. So that's what it looked like pretty much. So let me do the other one, which is yeah, and this was another one I used to do recently. And this was ni, ho, go, and guess what that means? Japanese. So then to do the kanji version, of course, ni, ho, go. And let me tell you where to find that. You click on this one, and voila. Now you have Nihongo, pretty much. So you see how good I was at Japanese as a kid. On the computer I would go on, and I would type it back in the day. And I would always, I think I would draw Japanese, I think in my school. And I believe we would do so much pretty much with me. It was so successful, the system that was in my school pretty much. It was a shame that sooner or later when I was at high school, this was going away pretty much. And let me show you some other ones I did. Yeah. For re, ha. But ha, if you put for re, then you put this one on. Wa. Wa. This one. Wa. I don't know. Ramen, so to type ramen, which is a dish by the way. Me. And of course, as always, no, it's not like that, not like that. This, yeah. This, yeah. So let me, yeah, that was a mistake. So you click on this one, which is katakana by the way, the second word system. Kanji is more harder than katakana because it uses the same amount of words as hiragana, so very easy to do pretty much actually. But yeah, I know that. Ramen, de, soup. Weird. Wait. That's not how you do ramen. Wait. What? What am I doing wrong here? I'm really wondering where my Japanese is. I want to do this. Study, not like this. This one, yes, this one. Ramen. This is ramen. So korewa, which is this sensitive, korewa, this sensitive. Then you kore, this, wa is ramen. Katakana is useful because like it's different. This is, by the way, katakana is used for foreign words. So words like ramen they use pretty much. So, you know what I mean? Basically, it's pretty much like English words. That's basically kind of what it is. Like the sound of English, pretty much, but not really. Ramen, there, soup. This is ramen. There's soup. So it would be at the, yeah. So that would be like the end, I believe. But if you put ka, it would then show is this ramen. This is a classic when I was young, and I loved doing this usually. I'm continuing finding my Japanese when I was young, but at the same time, I got blessed looking back at this usually. It's like the history this has usually is like really old usually. I thought I used to do this when I was younger, pretty much usually. I still remember typing this on the keyboard, on the computer, thousands of times, and I'll always look at this word as a kid. And even the other one, which is the other dish I used to type about, sushi, and I loved having it as a kid. So, let's do this. Ore, this, wa is sushi. Sushi. Gotta check that word carefully. Desu. Yup. And ka, which will make it as the is this ramen. So that would be, the this will be like is when it's at the end. For, I guess, you know what I mean? Is like this is, you know what I mean? Then the ka would be a connection to this, so then it would be at the start, and that would be like a connection to the start, so it would make the word is this ramen. And let me show you the other way of doing this, like pretty much. And to do this, guess what's also there? That. So to do, so this and that. So that, to do that is so rare. So rare. Is that sushi? That. So rare. That. Wow. And this. Wa and this would be, which wa would be half, but it changed because the sentence here, like, because originally it would be called, well, yeah, wa, literally. And then you have that pretty much. Because that's how this whole thing would have. So that's how the Japanese language, for what I can remember, this is how it worked growing up. I have so much more Japanese when I was young, which I can show you. Like some board words I used to do when I was younger. And I can show you some that I did usually off of games, toys. I used to have a lot of them as a kid. Se ga. And this is the one they literally do. And that is the classical thing, which would translate to Sega pretty much. So yeah. So Sega. This is actually a Japanese word, by the way. And it is a classic pretty much. So because of this would be in the katakana side. And I do know that actually because I work with this language, so of course we find it katakana version of the sentence. So we'll go towards all the way, and this is really why Japanese is hard to there it is, there it is, there it is. All the way, I missed it there, but just far away there. This one. Sega. Sega. Actually, it isn't. No. I'm gonna find the. I think it's not a foreign word, but I don't know. Like. This one. Click on it. That's a foreign word, I see it. Now, look at it now. Found it. So that's how you type Sega pretty much in Japanese, this way. And I do remember the other one, which is my favorite company as a kid, Ni Te. And this is a classic company game, which I bet everybody knows about, so let me do the Japanese side of it. Nintendo. And this is basically how they would do it pretty much. There's no E, but an A. So, ta. So like, I think, no, that's not how they do it. No. Ni, ti, te, do. This is actually how you do it, and this is in kanji. I thought that was in katakana, but I think both katakana and kanji, you can find those words of Nintendo that way. But I can type Nintendo, which is and I love the type as well. If I found it, yeah. This is actually how you do it. This is how you do it, by the way. So this is the katakana route of doing Nintendo. So voila, this is how you do it in Japanese pretty much. So yeah, I used to know a lot of companies as a kid, Nintendo, Sega growing up, and they were the guys I remembered. And I remember the other company, Ta, and this was a popular one. That was where Legends of Go was made. To. And I could do this. And I cannot lie, the memories are flooding back. I'm doing Japanese. Tanto. Oh yeah, Tanto. This is how you do Tanto. Yep. So you type this, yeah. So I wish I could find the katakana version. Yeah. And this was a game company I still remember as a kid. Which will translate to 1-2. But yeah, Taito was a company I used to remember as a kid who made so many cool games and made a lot of them for hardware growing up actually, and yeah, they were really ahead of my time growing up actually, so yeah. So I have a lot more Japanese than this, but I could definitely show up like a lot of words when I was young. But let me show you the other one, which is Sa. Oh, I love this one. San, which is free. Ni, which is 2. No, San, yes. And you press this, it shows the kanji. San, Ni. Where's Ni? This one. It should be 2. San, Ni. E. Ichi. Oh, I did it wrong. Ichi. This one. And then voila. It looks like a ship. When I was a kid, I said, this looks like a little ship. And I used to think in my head, it looks like a ship when I was young. When you see these words, so you see that. It looks like a ship, pretty much, flying. That's what it looked like when I was in primary school. I went, does it look like a flying ship? When I was very young, I used to think about it. And I was very creative being young. And I still am to this day. E. Oh, this is a classic. 3, 2, 1, go! So when I was young, I used to go to theme parks as a kid, and this is a word I would say being young in Japanese. That was 3, 2, 1, go. San, ni, ich, iku, and I remembered this as a kid, and it was really a word to say. And by the way, to say let me show you this. So many times, then you get what? Like literally, and it's very scary to ride. Legoland Winter Resort. I used to go to this park as a kid. I would, growing up, go when the ride goes downward, and I always do this, even to this day. And I forgot this was all Japanese that I learned as a kid, which was this. And I still do this to this day. Like, literally, I always go on the ride, and I actually do when I'm on the ride, and I would say, literally, when I'm going downwards, I really am scared. I always am, and I'm like, But then I started to get my fear off of roller coasters slowly when I was younger at primary school also. Well, kind of. You get the point really. I did got my fears off when I was younger literally. But yeah, after that, ever since then I still like to go on massive roller coasters. I have never been on a roller coaster for a very long time now. Ever since like Legoland. But in my college we're going to Legoland Winter Resort to revisit my childhood that I used to grow up with. Pretty much, like, for them, we're going to a trip. For me, I'm revisiting my childhood with them, and I am looking back at this park. I can't believe a college of mine decided, hey, let's go to Legoland. And I was like, I remember going there. I remember going to this park literally. Like, look for old videos from way back in the day. I came here back in 2012, 2013 I believe, from what I've heard, and I used to come here very young at Castlebar Primary School during the time when we did our Japanese literally, being young, and oh, if they remember some of this, the Asian teachers, if they remember me literally, the part we used to go down the rise of the window, and just go, literally, this used to be a fun ride to go on with being young. And yeah, it was a wonderful ride to go on, so hey, but the ride was so refreshing. They still have all the rides I grew up with literally, except for one ride, and that was the Star Wars Miniland Inside Center, which closed down back in 2019 I believe. But yeah, okay, sorry for the part of my video, you know, it's just I was on my phone, and then my phone slowly turned off pretty much. So yeah, I had to turn my phone on again since I wasn't paying attention on the light, so because of it, yeah. So now, yeah, back. So anyways, yeah, that was my story at Legoland growing up literally. And anyways, yeah, this was a park I used to love growing up with pretty much, being young literally. And it used to be a lot of fun when I was younger, so hey, okay, yep. But yeah, I do remember some other words literally, and this is another one of those Japanese words. I have literally like collection of them in my head literally, and that was ko e ko. So you press this one, which is in katakana. Koto. How do you do koto? I forgot my Japanese here. Let me check this one pretty much. I'm not used to English anymore. This one, yes, that's what I was trying to find. There it is. Found it. So, in my young age, I wear a coat as a kid. So, when I was wearing a coat, not koato, coat. So we go all the way there. Finding it. This is how Japanese people struggle in the language. I think I need to do, let me see how to do this. And I believe, yes! And then voila! Ha! I found it! I found it! Yes! I could do it easily. See, I can still type Japanese to this day, but on the keyboard, it was way more difficult to do this. On the keyboard, this was way more different, but I loved to do it on the keyboard as a kid when I used to know so much more than this used to be. But I have more words than this. So, anyways, on my YouTube channel, should I actually make more videos of my Japanese when I was younger initially, or not? Because I want to do it with my in fact, I know another one here. Oh, and I can show you this one. And that is do, go, de, su, ka. This one. Where is this? Yeah, where is this? Kore wa doko. Doko would be where, which will be at the start. Desu is ka, which is the where is this question. So yeah, that's how you do that. So yeah. So let me do, I don't know, like say someone lost their coat, which was me when I was at college, by the way. I lost my coat, by the way. So let me do this one for my Japanese again. Oh, I can't believe it. I lost my coat recently pretty much when I was at my college. Where is the coat? Yeah, where is the coat? And I know the other word, which is watashi. There it is. Where is my coat? Watashi, which would be no, I believe. I think it's no. Yes. So watashi no koto wa doku desu. So where is my coat, by the way, at my college? I am not gonna lie. When I was at my college, I lost. Yeah, I think I've lost it in my college. I don't know where I lost it properly. I think I probably lost it in my charity shop. But wherever I lost my coat, my parents and I are furious about this. I do not know where it is. I have no clue where it is at all. But it's probably at the charity shop. I don't know. It is probably in my house. I know that first of all. But there's a delay going by, and I do not know which way it was lost pretty much literally. So yeah, this was a situation that me and my parents had. I'm not sure where it was. But yeah, anyways, I lost that coat of mine. But I still have a coat because it worried pretty good, I still do. But yeah, anyways, that was my story there. My coat got missing and stuff. I don't know where it was, but wherever it was, it's somewhere literally. But wherever it is, I'm wondering if I do want to find it literally. So like, yeah, really I'm serious to the part that I lost my coat. I don't know where it is literally, but yeah, one coat of mine I lost. Oh well. So anyways, yeah, that's one of my Japanese aces literally. But I want to show you some other ones, which was the Watashi sentence, which will be Watashi, which will be I, and Watashi. Oh yeah, Watashi ta. We are. This is a classic one. We are. Watashi ta. She. We. Watashi tachi. Watashi tachi. Watashi tachi. Watashi tachi. Watashi tachi. See, I can sound like a Japanese person. Watashi tachi. But yeah, that is one of the ones I did. The other one, which is a classic, Watashi, Watashi, which can also be I, pretty much. So that's another way of doing some of these words, pretty much. I could do one word also, and that is with a anime character growing up, if I could talk about it, because I want to do it. Let me do this for you. Yes. That's the one here. I made a mistake here. Which would be window. And this was a character in anime, and I remember the other part of her name, and that's if I could do this, I used to love typing her as a kid. I don't know why, but it's the classic pretty much. Which is, this is how they do window, like Obi. This is an anime growing up, which you may not know about. this was a name I remember before from an anime growing up. This is classic. Windows Nanami, or as you call her, pretty much. Madobe, yes, I remember that. Me. How do you do this one? Oh yes, this one. Yes. Voila. Madobe. Voila! Found it here. And this was an anime. I used to type it as a kid. It was an anime growing up of Windows 7. I want to talk about it pretty much. So if nobody knows this, there was a girl I remember, this anime girl called Madobe Nanami, or in English, Nanami Madobe. But the reason they do it in reverse is because, first for Japanese, say if I want to say my first name and my second name, I have to say my first name first, then my second name second. But in Japan, you say your first name, and that would be your second name. And then your second name, which is in the English, you know what I mean? For them, it would be their second name. So they switch the logic. So your first name in Japanese would be your second name. And then your second name will be your first name. So that's how in Japanese they would do the name switchery. So this anime character that I remember as a kid had this reverse name growing up with me of, Nanami Madobe. Madobe Nanami. And I used to speak this as a kid in my school pretty much as well. Madobe Nanami. And yeah, that's her name pretty much. That's her actual name, the Japanese name of the anime character tree. And yes, I used to type it being young pretty much. And yet, I still after all these years, remember this one. Mine is a bit of struggles, but yeah, this was a classic. I still have that wallpaper when I was young, which was a Japanese Windows theme. I still have my family's computer for Windows 7 operating systems, and it still shows Japanese to this stage me, and it's that Nanami Madobe. This was a classic here, officially. Nanami Madobe. This was, I don't know, a classic when I was young. So yeah, I used to love this when I was a kid pretty much. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm trying to type this on my computer. I love Japanese when I was younger. Like when I still remember my absolute joy with this language and learning to respect it. When I was younger, I absolutely learned to respect other people. And yeah, I do remember that literally. And I swear, this Japanese name will show you the absolute respect I did with this country growing up. The part that Windows 7 was one of my first operating systems was shocking me. So when I saw this, I was like, I want to try this on my dad's computer. So of course, they would say to me that, gosh, we need to try and do this. So of course, they would get to ask me to bring a USB drive that my family had, bring it to the school, and they would put it into the computer affairs to put the, you know what I mean? So then after that, I would go home, yes, with the USB drive that has the theme pack in it of Nanami Madobe for Windows 7 computers pretty much, and run on my dad's Windows 8.1 PC that I still have to this day, which probably has a lot of Japanese work to stay still from the school. So yeah, this is already a long video now, but yeah, this was my Japanese skills when I was younger that I can show you more visually. And hey, I have a lot more Japanese than this, which is like I have more than this. I have way much than this, and this is a good amount that I can show you from now pretty much. But anyways, yeah, I might show you more on YouTube, maybe for YouTube learning for children, I guess. But yeah, I want to teach more people Japanese properly, and I guess I can help them. But do not trust a lot of sites, because a lot of them do not work consistently. Google's good, but in your way it's not the best. I have to use Japanese Pod 101 to revisit this language pretty much, and it's already bringing me back memories when I was young pretty much. So yeah. But anyways, it was nice of making a YouTube video literally about this. So anyways, thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video where I learn more of the language with all of you guys on YouTube. Bye for now.